Hey folks, Internet Dude here. I present to you my new car. Oh wait, not that one. This one. So I know I haven't done too many videos in a while, but here's my car. It's a 2022 Lexus ES300h hybrid. This one is the ultra luxury trim package. And so that includes things such as the head-up display, includes a power kick-open trunk. It also includes the extending driver's seat cushion, rear side sunshades for the side doors on the back, and some other things are also part of it, which include the wallet smart key, seen here, just hangs out in the wallet. This is all I actually use. This color is called Moonbeam Beige Metallic, and it's kind of a nice color in my opinion anyway. I had my previous LS500 was in eminent white pearl, which was a nice color, but I like this color a little bit better on the ES. With the ultra luxury package, you get these wheels and they actually have a noise reduction component to them. Let's take a look at the interior. So here you can see the interior. This particular interior color is called Palomino, and it's kind of like a peanut buttery color brown. And I really like this interior color. You might notice there's kind of a light there, kind of a reddish pink. That's actually some lighting that I added on, ambient lighting. This one gives you the wood trim. This is open pore walnut trim. Gives you all kinds of things. This car has the automatically heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel, quite a few features on this. Just want to briefly mention my purchase experience because this would be my second Lexus that I've bought, but I bought a number of vehicles over the years. So I bought this one brand new and I actually traded in my LS500 to the same dealership. They were very interested in getting that one. In the showroom, there was a bow on the roof, which was kind of a nice touch. Given the nature of the auto market lately, this is a car that I had to essentially order and wait for, and I waited probably nearly 6 months actually to get this. So we kind of had some negotiation. We did a trade-in value before the car even showed up. So when I actually went to pick up the car, it was a quick affair. I was in and out in less than an hour. Paperwork was ready for me. Funny enough, the trade-in value on my LS was definitely good because when I bought this about 6 months ago, used car values were still quite high, so that was good. They did a walkthrough with me and explained some things, but a lot of things are the same as the LS in terms of the infotainment and things like that. So there really wasn't a whole lot of questions and things to show me. I was pretty well aware of the car. So like I say, in and out in less than an hour. We did notice one tiny issue with the front seat. I noticed there was an imperfection on the leather, and that was the only imperfection on the car, and they apologized and they got the service manager over there and took a look at it and took pictures, and they're like, okay, we're going to make this right, like they were kind of embarrassed that there was a flaw with the car, but these things happen. So I don't know if it was the next day or the day after, I got an email from the salesman. He's like, hey, we want to get your car fixed for you, we want it perfect, and you tell us when you can bring it in. And so I dropped it off the next week, and they gave me a loaner for a couple hours, and they fixed that seat, which admittedly it wasn't a big deal, but I'm like, hey, it's a new car. So they fixed that, and you couldn't even tell it was repaired. And the dealer sales manager even came over there at the very end and gave me a gift, which included a Lexus blanket and a water bottle. As you can see, I installed this ambient lighting, which I think looks phenomenal, and I can change the color of that lighting. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk about all the accessories that I've done and modification to this car in a separate video, because I think the ambient lighting deserves extra attention. So you might ask yourself, why would you trade an LS500 for an ES300? Isn't that a downgrade? Well, I traded because I wanted to basically start over with full warranty again. I've discovered that I like to own cars. Like my main daily driver, I want it to be a car that's under warranty. I also wanted some of the things that you get with the newer Lexus models, such as the touchscreen on the infotainment, which my LS didn't have. In addition, there's now an app, a phone app, so that you can connect to your car and you can lock and unlock and see trips, trip meter, gas level, trip distance. There's all kinds of different things in the app, which my LS was a little too old for that. I also wanted a little bit smaller car. The LS500 is a really long car, and my personal preference is one that's just a little bit shorter, and the ES fits the bill just right there. I also wanted a car that was a little more fuel efficient. I know Toyota and Lexus are the leaders in hybrid on the planet, and they've really perfected the system over time. And this car gets amazing fuel economy, and the system's really advanced, that hybrid system. There's lots of instances where the engine isn't even running. I would have to say, in terms of comparing the LS to this car, I probably miss the massaging seat the most. There's not really a bunch of things that I miss about the LS. The seat is one of them, but also something I don't miss is that lag upon acceleration, the lag upon takeoff. This car doesn't have that lag, and there's no turbos, so it drives much more smoothly, even though it has less power. Okay, so I've covered off why I picked this car, the purchase of it, a little bit about the trade-in and all that. I want to give you essentially a 6-month update on the car, and I'm happy to report that absolutely nothing has gone wrong with it. I've got just over 10,000 kilometers on it, and it hasn't given me even the slightest issue. There was just that one little tiny mark on the seat that was fixed, and I'm completely happy with the car. So I'll cover some of the things. Actually, let me cover the fuel economy here first. So the fuel economy I've been tracking in a Fuelie app, and so I've averaged to date with over 10,000 kilometers of 5.3 liters per 100 kilometers. I'll put the US number on the screen here because I'm not sure what it is, but it is rated for 5.5 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 5.2 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway. So I'm getting essentially rated fuel economy numbers because that is a mix of city and highway driving. So I'm pleased with that. All right, so let me tell you about some of the things that I like about this car and some of my dislikes. First off, I like how fuel efficient it is. It's like if you got to drive a gas car, you want something that's very efficient, and this really is very fuel efficient. I'm very happy with the fuel economy. I really like the setting that lets you set automatic heat and cooling on the front seats and the heated steering wheel. They just come on automatically. Once in a while I have to change that, but for the most part that operates as designed. I really also like the 360-degree parking camera view. I think they call it a panoramic view monitor or something on the Lexus sales page. I also like Lexus version of what you might call autopilot, which is their steering assist on the highway. This car is, personal opinion here, now I've driven Tesla Autopilot for years, this car is about 95% there in terms of highway conditions. There's a few areas where if you get into a sharp curve, you maybe got to assist a little more, but general highway driving, this thing is absolutely phenomenal for that. I like having a spare tire in the trunk there, just in case. And I like having the rear seat pass through. It just lets you put some longer things in the trunk. The LS didn't have that pass through. And my other favorite like here is that interior color. It's just phenomenal. I really, really like that. And my only real dislike on this car would be the rear seats. They are not heated, not in North America. In many other countries, you can buy the ES and you can get a lot more features in the rear, including heated and cooled seats and I think even power reclining. But for North America, they're like, no, if you want heated rear seats, you buy, whatever, let's say an NX, or you buy a LS or something. So that's my likes and dislikes. And really, in terms of like a wish list for this car, I would say if they put in the powertrain of the RAV4 Prime, this thing would be perfect. And by that I mean the plug-in hybrid ability, as well as all-wheel drive, because this car is front-wheel drive. Now I already have studded winter tires for this that I'm going to put on tomorrow because winter's coming. It's November now, but yeah, the RAV4 Prime powertrain in here would be phenomenal. And given the package size of the car, it could go a really long ways in EV mode. All right, so that about covers it. I've talked about purchasing, trade-in, features I like, issues I've had, and you know, it's been 6 months and I've been super happy with the car. And yeah, that's really about it. If you have any questions or comments for me, leave them below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.